We adopted a puppy from a shelter 3 months ago. She's missing an eye and terrified of everything, especially my husband. We never yell, never punish her, but she lives in constant fear, and we don't know how to help her anymore. Her name is Daisy. She's about 4 months old now, 20 pounds. When we saw her at the shelter, she was curled in the back of her kennel, missing her left eye. The socket healed but scarred. They said she'd been found on the street, signs of abuse, cigarette burns on her belly. We wanted to give her a safe home. My husband and I have had dogs before. We know about patience, about gentle approaches with traumatized animals. We read everything, watched videos, consulted with the shelter staff about trauma recovery. We thought we were prepared. We weren't. The first day home, she wouldn't leave her crate. That was fine, expected. We let her adjust at her own pace, spoke softly, moved slowly, never forced interaction. Everything the book said to do. But within a week, we noticed something. She was afraid of me, yes, but with my husband it was different. Worse, much worse. When my husband enters a room, Daisy shuts down. I mean completely shuts down. Her body goes rigid, her one eye dilates. Then she urinates, every single time. Submissive urination, the vet called it. Extreme fear response. He's never raised his voice at her, never made a sudden movement. He's 6'2", but he's gentle, gets down to her level, speaks in the softest voice, offers treats from a distance. Everything right, everything by the book, doesn't matter. She sees him and terror takes over. We started tracking patterns, trying to understand. Morning, afternoon, evening, different rooms, different distances, with me present, without me present. We kept detailed notes for weeks, desperate to find some logic, some trigger we could address. The pattern is this. My husband exists, therefore Daisy is terrified. That's it. That's the entire pattern. She's better with me. Not good, but better. I can be in the same room. She'll eat if I'm 10 feet away. Sometimes she'll even take a treat from my hand, though her whole body trembles. It took 6 weeks to get to that point. But progress with my husband? None. Zero. If anything, it's gotten worse. The urination happens faster now, sometimes before he's even fully in the room, like her body remembers the fear before her brain even processes his presence. We tried everything we could think of, had him be the only one to feed her. Didn't work. She wouldn't eat until he left the room, even if it meant going hungry for hours. We tried having him give her high-value treats. She wouldn't take them, would just freeze and urinate. We consulted a veterinary behaviorist, cost $300 for the consultation alone. She watched videos we'd taken, asked detailed questions, examined Daisy's medical records. Her conclusion: severe trauma response, likely from male abuse in her early life. The missing eye, the burns, probably from a man. Daisy's brain hardwired to see men as threats. The behaviorist suggested medication. We tried it. $40 a week for pills that made Daisy lethargic but didn't reduce the fear. After a month, we stopped. She was drugged but still terrified. That wasn't helping. We tried desensitization. My husband would sit in the next room, door open, not looking at her, just existing nearby. The idea was gradual exposure, build positive associations. We did this for an hour every evening for 2 months. No improvement. She'd spend the entire hour frozen, staring at the doorway, waiting for the threat to come closer. People have suggestions, always suggestions. Maybe he should wear different clothes. Maybe it's his cologne. Maybe he should approach her differently. Maybe try different treats. Maybe more exercise, maybe less stimulation. Maybe. We've tried everything. He's changed his clothes, stopped wearing cologne, approaches from different angles, sits, stands, lies down, tosses treats, places treats, ignores her completely. Nothing changes. Nothing helps. The vet did a full physical. Blood work, neurological exam, everything. Wanted to rule out brain damage from the abuse. Results came back mostly normal. Mostly. Some elevated stress hormones, some indicators consistent with chronic fear, but nothing that explained the severity of her response. Nothing that gave us a clear path forward. I spend hours researching. Forums, studies, every article I can find about trauma in dogs. Stories of dogs who recovered, stories of dogs who didn't. The success stories all have something in common: time and patience and gradual improvement. Small victories building to bigger ones. We're 3 months in. I don't see improvement. I see a puppy who lives in constant fear, who can't relax, who urinates on herself multiple times a day because my husband exists in her world. She's 4 months old, a baby. This is supposed to be the socialization period, the critical window for learning the world is safe. But she's learning the opposite. Every day reinforces that the world is terrifying. My husband is heartbroken. He wanted to help her so badly. Comes home from work and goes straight to his office so he won't scare her. Eats dinner at his desk. Avoids the living room where she stays. He's essentially living as a ghost in his own home, trying not to traumatize a puppy just by existing. And I don't know what to do. We're doing everything right. Soft voices, slow movements, patience, space, treats, routine, everything. But she's not getting better. She's living in terror and we can't help her. Last night my husband asked me something that's been haunting me. He asked if maybe Daisy's brain is damaged, if the abuse was so severe, so early, that she'll never be able to recover. If maybe we're not failing her, the trauma just broke something that can't be fixed. I didn't have an answer. I still don't. The behaviorist mentioned it as a possibility. Severe early trauma can cause permanent changes in brain development, fear responses that never normalize, a puppy who'll grow into a dog that lives in perpetual anxiety. Is that Daisy? Is she going to be terrified forever? Will she ever know what it feels like to be safe? Or will she spend her entire life urinating in fear, shutting down, unable to trust that she's not in danger? We wanted to save her, give her a good life. But what if we can't? What if love and patience aren't enough? We don't know what to do next. We've tried everything we can think of, everything professionals suggested. Nothing is working. Has anyone dealt with this? A dog so traumatized that standard approaches don't help? Are we missing something? Is there something we're not seeing? Will she outgrow this, or are we just not equipped to help her? I genuinely don't know anymore.